And now it's September. Douglas aster here in bloom in the park strip, and the little orange cosmos I planted a month or so ago. That's a Bewick's wren that's singing in the distance. It still hasn't rained since mid-June, a little shower a week or so ago. So there's a lot of precocious leaf drop on the trees here on the cascara. Of course, every year at this time the ponderosa pines drop their oldest needles. We'll go up the woodland path this time. I girdled this tree, this pine, 3 years ago to kill it, turn it into a snag, and of course I planted new pines, and I cannot, and nobody else I know can figure out why this pine has not died. But it hasn't died yet. Anyway, the mystery remains. Things like this sword fern here is just looking really tired because, well, I've given it a drink or two, but it's just super dry this year, and it's hard on a lot of plants. So the begonias are still looking good here in their tubs by the front door. So 2 different species of asters here, mostly the blue Douglas aster. Then looking into the vegetable garden here. So the zucchini plants are starting to look a little tired now too, but they're still producing zucchinis. Here's a little one coming up right there, so maybe for a few more weeks. And now I've put the plastic up over my tomatoes and cucumbers here to create kind of a greenhouse effect on the south side of the house, to extend the season for both the tomatoes and the cucumbers by another few weeks maybe. And oh, my late season broccoli and cabbage are just looking great. So here's a close-up of the broccoli. This is cabbage yet to come here. The orange cosmos still looking good here. The blueberry starting to color up. That's the Bewick's wren still singing. And back here I've emptied one of my tubs of potatoes, and this is certainly an easy way to harvest potatoes. So just pick them up and eat them. And these diurna begonias, this is an old begonia I have from a botanic garden I worked in decades ago, just looking their best at this time of year. And we mustn't forget the little Satsuma clementine oranges here are just ripening on my tree. So in this part of the garden I still have a late potato tub coming along there. The beans are pretty much finished. Winter leeks are looking good here. These are the last plantings or seedings of lettuce and chard that will go into a little plastic house here to see if I can get some good greens through the winter. I've mowed my upper meadow here since I did the last video, so we can't use fire in town here to rejuvenate grasslands, so I just use a mower. It takes 10 or 15 minutes to do here in my oak savanna. And here's the other girdled tree, the apple here, the big old Gravenstein apple that again hasn't died, but I'm working on it. So just an overview of the garden. These structures here then will be covered with clear plastic to put over the broccoli, cabbage, and lettuce and chard, as I mentioned a minute ago. And we'll end here at the nasturtiums this time. So this is a late planting under the nectarine tree here, and as long as we don't have a heavy frost, these could bloom into November. So that's what things look like here in September as fall arrives. So see what changes come in the next month. Stay tuned for October's video.